Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Community Works. I'm Bernadette Welsh, your host. Each one of our shows highlights a local nonprofit agency in our community. Our goal is to educate you, our viewers, about the great work that's going on all around us every day by local agencies and their supporters. When people help their neighbors, everybody benefits. The focus of today's show is the work of North Haven Pride. Two of my dear friends are here with me. They're going to explain to you all about it, what goes on in our town of North Haven from their perspective. So I'd like to welcome to the show Laura Tagliatella, who is the Development Chair for North Haven Pride, and Brandy
Mandato.
Okay, Mandato, who is the co-chair of North Haven Pride. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so excited. Okay, Brandy, first question's going to you. Could you please tell our viewers a little bit about the mission and the history of North Haven Pride?
Happy to. I'll start with the mission. So North Haven Pride works every day to ensure that we're taking steps toward a future where LGBTQ plus people feel safe, affirmed, empowered, and like we belong here. We do this through joyous celebrations, education, and community building activities. We launched a little over a year ago. It's hard to believe it was that recent, but in January 2023, and we were founded by a group of parents who wanted to ensure that when you think about North Haven, you think about a real sense of belonging and inclusivity for everyone. We wanted to make sure that our children could grow up here to be their full, authentic selves. It's a true labor of love, and it is powered by an incredible group of volunteers who work tirelessly throughout the year.
Excellent. Okay, so now we know what we're talking about today, folks. Okay, Lauren, now you're the second part of this duo, dynamic duo. Tell us a little bit about the programs and services that you offer at North Haven Pride.
Sure. North Haven Pride has so much going on. We have Pride 365. We don't think that Pride should just be 1 month, the month of June. We think we should live it every day. So thus, Pride 365 was born, and it has like 3 different areas. So we have a speaker series, we have youth programming, and then we have events. So for events, we have our huge event on the Green in North Haven. It's going to be on June 8th from 12 to 4. We also have a flag raising at the library. It's on May 31st. It starts at 10 a.m. And then throughout the year, we also have other events. Like last week, we had a trivia night. It was our first one ever. And over 50 people came. It was so great.
I bet you had a lot of fun.
We had a blast.
Okay, so within each of the programs, so talk a little bit about the youth services,
Sure.
because I think that a lot of our viewers would really like to know a little bit more about that.
Sure. This is, I think, one of our coolest programs. It just started this winter. It meets the second and fourth Friday of the month, and it rotates. So one Friday it'll be a craft night, and then the other Friday it'll be a game night. It just gives LGBTQ plus youth a chance to meet each other, hang out. It's facilitated by Q Plus, and we sponsor it. So we have volunteers that go and kind of work it, make sure everything's going smoothly, and like all of the supplies are there and things
And
like
where
that.
where does this happen?
This meets at they meet at the rec center.
Oh, great. Okay,
Yeah.
right here in North Haven. Oh, that's wonderful. And then, what was the other one that
The
you?
speaker series.
The speaker series. So what
Yeah.
kind of speakers do you have?
Oh, we had great ones. We had the Stonewall speakers come and speak in November. They spoke about like life as a transgender person in Connecticut, what their experiences were with their families at work and things like that. And then we had Tony Ferriola come. He came and gave a talk called Beyond the Binary, which really dug into gender and what does it mean. He gave like vocabulary words of like, what does non-binary mean? What does
Well,
this
a lot
mean?
of people do not know.
It's
they
a whole
don't
new
know. They think they
vocabulary.
know.
Yeah, it's a whole new vocabulary. It was really eye-opening. And after that event, 5 people reached out to him to have to use his services.
Wonderful. Brand, did you have anything you want to chime in about a program that you especially like?
Yeah, I mean, the teen night, like Lauren said, is the coolest. And I think the only thing I would add there is that when we started thinking about Pride and planning, we heard really clearly from parents and from young people that they needed a space to be their authentic selves. And so we convened a youth advisory board, and they designed and planned all of this. So we sort of support and uplift and fund, but really this is designed by young people in our community and supported by their parents.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. Okay, Lauren, next question to you. How has the town of North Haven received the work of North Haven Pride? Has there been a good synergy there? Tell us about that.
It's been absolutely awesome. We had our first meeting, I want to say it was February last year, with the first selectman, Mike Frieda, and he has given us so much support. We meet with him once a month so that we can have a successful Pride event on the green. We meet with him, we meet with the Director of Public Works, Mike Maturo, we meet with Andy DeVecchio, he's the Director of Parks and Rec, and we also meet with the Police Department. So it's all of us have to work together to ensure that it's a safe event, it's a fun event, full of joy. We also have individual donors from town. We have businesses reaching out to us saying, how can we get involved? Can we sponsor? Can we have a resource tent at your Pride Day event? So it's been great. It's been really great.
Okay, that's so encouraging. A lot of people think that North Haven is a very conservative town, Republican government. Hey, it's not about that. It's about the people who make up the town and who care about the town and the people that are in it that matters most to us. And I'm sure that you've just proven that it's a wonderful town to live in. Of course, I'm prejudiced because I've been here for a little while. Okay, so Brandy, what challenges has North Haven Pride faced in the community? Because not everything is all roses, nothing coming up roses all the time.
Not all the time. The support that we received was immediate and abundant, is how I would describe it. And North Haven is not immune from things like bigotry and transphobia and homophobia. So we've had some hateful things come our way. And the response has always been tremendous love and support. The response has always been to rally around the LGBTQ plus community and North Haven Pride. And it's important for us, given the current climate, to make sure that we continue to serve effectively students, families, and other vulnerable folks, and to call out harmful culture and policy. And the choir of voices that rise up, the choir of love and support, has always been so much louder and bigger than any hateful voices we've encountered.
I think that's very important. I think, why people don't learn about an organization and educate themselves has always been a mystery to me. You need to know what you're talking about. So I'm so glad that the overall response is good, but I do think there are still a lot of people that could take the time to learn a little bit more and to appreciate more what's going on in their community. So thank you for that. Thank you very much. All right, so now what are we going to do? We are going to show some pictures of what some of the activities we've been talking about. So Victor, could you show us some pictures? Okay, what are we? Oh, that's Rosa DeLauro.
How did you know? How did you know?
Madam Rosa.
I think to your earlier point about, we're a non-political, non-sectarian organization.
Right.
And so we serve everyone in the LGBTQ plus community, and that is exactly the support we've received in return. So in this picture, you see Representative Rosa DeLauro, you see State Representative Dave Yaccarino, you see the Mayor of Hamden, Mayor Gillian, who gave a pride flag to, Mayor Garrett, sorry. Mayor Garrett, who gave a flag to First Selectman and Town Executive Mike Frieda as a symbol of spreading our pride from one town to another. So just an incredible group of leaders who respect and the diversity, the beauty in the community.
Okay, and who's the lady with the sunglasses?
Oh,
That was Alyssa. She was our MC.
Alyssa
so she
Goji,
helped,
yep.
she was entertaining us throughout the day.
and then
Okay.
Tessa, our DJ, is in the corner
she's
as well.
on the way.
Okay, okay, very good. All right, now what are we looking at?
This is one of my favorite pictures. This is drone footage of some artwork that young people and our local Girl Scouts created just to symbolize what pride means to them. So lots of love, lots of rainbows. You see We Are Equal, just a celebration.
Do you find that when kids can draw and do music and do skits that it helps them to express themselves and makes it a little easier? Sometimes if you just talk, you can get a little restricted.
Agreed. I think we all sort of represent ourselves and communicate in different ways. And so providing
Yes.
many opportunities is just a great way to celebrate.
Very, very, very good. Oh, wow. This looks like that day you were telling me about.
This was our first North Haven Pride, and we had some estimates in our head that we would have 300 to 500 people maybe come, and we planned, accordingly. But we ended up having over 1,000 people come to North Haven to celebrate Pride that day, and we were overwhelmed by the support, the love, the community that was built that day.
And you really lucked out because there were some other events that tried to happen, and every single weekend it rained. Every single weekend
We got really lucky.
rained. You did. You got really lucky.
We had a 98% chance of rain that
Yeah.
day.
No, and it didn't
rain at all.
happen.
No, it was
didn't
beautiful.
happen.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I love that. The other thing too is that it gave an opportunity to have a big event like that, to interact with a lot of different people. Because unless you do something like that, how do you know who's out there and who needs to come to you? I bet you it gave a lot of people a lot of good feeling to know that they could come to an event and have you be waiting for them.
Yeah.
Waiting for them to welcome them.
I think the town was ready.
Yeah.
People were just like, "What took so long? We're so glad this is finally here." And we were so happy with how much support we had that day. I think it was over 1,200 people that
Yeah.
we had. Amanda Gabriel went around with the clicker and she counted everybody that was there.
People, right. And what were some of the things that people found when they got to Pride Day? Was there a booth for this or a booth for that? So
yeah.
what was at Pride Day?
We had community resources, so like people in healthcare were there. There were, face painting and photo booth and craft vendors you could buy from. But then we also had like a dance class. So on the stage, there was a dance company out of Guilford that came and gave a dance class, and it was so cute to see all the different generations of people from like 2, 3-year-olds to older folks dancing on the green. But there was something for everybody. There was food, ice cream.
Animals.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna have goats.
Goats.
We're gonna have goats this year.
Oh, I like the
I know.
goats are like the new celebrity
There will be
animal. Let me
goats.
tell you
We're all
something.
so happy.
Yeah, you see the giraffes, now it's goats.
Yep.
They're the
And
goats.
we're going to have a pet adoption, so there are going to be dogs available. So if you like
Oh,
animals, this year's
wow.
Pride is definitely for you.
Oh, I think that is a very good collaboration for animals and stuff. That's so cool. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. Okay, so now, this is a very important question because we've been talking around making people feel welcomed and valued and loved, but could each of you tell us about a special person or thing that happened because your organization exists? And Brandy, I'm going to start with you. Could you give us a special story?
Happy to. There is a moment that stands out in my mind and my heart so vividly. During the day of our first Pride, a woman was quietly having conversations with folks wearing North Haven Pride t-shirts. And then she came to me and she shared that she is an octogenarian. She has lived in North Haven her entire life. And she, in her words, has been gay her whole life. And nobody ever asked, and she never said it. And she wanted to say it today. And so for the first time in her life, at 80 plus years old, she said it out loud. And then she kept saying it out loud to everyone all day. Wow. And you could see a sense of relief, a sense of her whole self being present. She was just proud of who she was and didn't feel like she had to hide it or be anything else.
She felt safe.
She felt safe.
She felt safe. Think about that somebody has to wait 80 years to feel safe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you gave that opportunity to her.
The community did. It was
yes.
It was amazing.
The community did.
Amazing.
I know. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and there were people there who could not say who they were. They knew it. There were teachers. There were students. I'll never forget. I was invited to a senior prom by a kid that grew up in my neighborhood. I didn't understand anything about human interactions. I didn't know anything. But I knew Johnny. He was my friend. He was my friend all through. And he asked me to his senior prom because he didn't want anybody to think that he didn't like girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like, and we had a fun time, we really did. But he had to do that.
Yeah.
And the teachers the two teachers had to like go show up at events and switch
Yeah.
so that people wouldn't talk about them. So that's why the world has changed in such a good way from the world I grew up in, the world that you and your children and that your grandchildren will grow up in is a much more welcoming and accepting place, because a lot of the fear has been taken away by people meeting people and saying, it's just like me, you know. She likes the Italian food. I like Italian food. Who doesn't like Italian food? but
Not
you
going to
see
find
what
any
I mean?
complaints here.
It's like we have the cobble here of the Italian food. But thank you for that, because that brings home to me so much that people do need to understand, and that's a great special story. Okay, can you top that, Lauren?
I can't top that, but close.
Okay.
Our flag raising event was a really powerful event for me. I came out as a teenager. I was 16, and it was the mid 90s. And, you know, it was a different world than it is now. And when I was at the flag raising, I watched the Girl Scout troop. They raised the flag, and, you know, seeing Mike Frieda there and seeing the school administrators there and all these buses. Kids were bussed into this event, and they had all of their friends there. They spoke at the event. It was just really touching, and like I cried, like happy tears. I was just so happy to see the flag at the library. It was the first time we had a pride flag on town land. It was the first time Mike Frieda spoke in support publicly for North Haven Pride and the work that we're doing. Like, it was just a really powerful moment for me.
You know, the other thing I really remember from growing up is that what you spoke about, that the families needed this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of moms and dads who had kids that were gay or lesbian and wanted to support them and felt that if they did, then the whole family was going to be ostracized. And so we are in a much better place. We are in a much better place because you put the work in.
Right.
Because you put the work in to come out and give programs and let people know that they are welcome. Everyone is welcome in the town of North Haven, in the state of Connecticut, and it should be in all of the United States and the world. We have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. But Connecticut is good. Connecticut is good. Okay, so, this is a great question. So now we're going to talk about what you're planning for this year. There's so many great things. We're going to have it up on the screen so that we can see these things, and we're going to go through each one. And Victor, if you could start us off. I know the ladies provided us with some screenshots. Okay.
So this is our flag raising event that I was very impacted by last year. We're having it on May 31st at 10 a.m. in front of the library. You know, people will speak and we'll raise the flag, and afterwards the library is hosting like a dance party for little kids afterwards.
Who did that? A fabulous that is a fabulous design. Who want to give some credit to the person
Stephen
who created that?
Greco is responsible for that.
Stephen
shout out
Greco.
to, local resident Stephen Greco.
Wow, I just think that anybody would want to have that artwork as a poster because
It's so cool.
really
beautiful.
good.
It's very powerful.
Very powerful. Okay, what do we got next?
So this
Okay.
is our big event. This is for June 8th. This is our big celebration on the green, 12 to 4 o'clock. You're going to have food. You're going to have entertainment. There's going to be stilt walkers, face painters, bounce house, all of goats.
We're gonna have goats. We got the
Come
goats
for the
going
goats.
on.
Come for the
We got
goats. Okay.
Okay, and I think we have the time. If you want to give a shout out to your sponsors there, ladies.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So Franklin Communities, that's my family's company, is a sponsor, as well as, Healthcare Advocates International, Liberty Bank, my wife's practice, Comprehensive Gynecology of Connecticut, Quinnipiac University, Ridge Hill Animal Hospital, Connects Credit Union, Brescom Barton, as well as Ameriprise. So we have a lot of big sponsorships this year. We're really excited to partner with these businesses and schools.
Wonderful. And again, I love the heart with the rainbow inside. I mean, wow. It's such a beautiful use of color.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got next?
Do you want to do this one?
Aha.
Sure, this is our teen night. This is the teen night that we've been talking about. So middle school to high school age kids, 13 to 19, invited to come every other Friday. You don't have to just live in North Haven to participate. We've been getting young people from all over the state. So if you're interested in learning more, you can email us at northavenpride@gmail.com or go on our website or show up at the rec center.
Okay, so you're setting an example to other towns to say, look, we're doing this in North Haven. How about you? How about you? Yeah.
And we've built on some of the incredible momentum that other organizations in Connecticut have had. This is the alternate Friday night. So
Okay, that's the
our
alternate.
teen craft night, which they have made so many beautiful things. I'm very jealous and would like them in my house.
Maybe
but-
some would be up for sale.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Need an
They-
adult
Unless we're going to
craft
share the wealth here.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, the lovely use of color. Okay, now, this is important. Lauren, what are we looking at here?
So this is a call for vendors. We would like to have local craft vendors come and join us. We have 2 events that they can come to. It's the one on the green that we've been mentioning on June 8th, as well as the event at 12% Beer Project on the 15th. We have a craft show from 3 to 7, and then we have a drag show 8 o'clock to 10. It's going to be awesome. We also have an out performer named Carrie Ashton. She's going to be performing before the drag show. So it's going to be like a whole afternoon and evening of fun events.
I love it. Again, amazing use of color. Okay, is that it? That's it. We're back again. Now we have to smile at each other again. Hi. Thank you very much for sharing all those amazing things. And I hope that a lot of our viewers see that, so that if they don't know about these events, now they will know about these events. Of course, once the show is created, it's going to be up to you ladies to get it out there. So I hope you will spread it out. We'll do the best we can here. Okay, so this stuff doesn't happen for free, right? Some of it does, some of it's volunteer. But how is North Haven Pride funded?
We have multiple ways of being funded. So we have a ton of individual donors throughout the town. Again, the families that, take advantage of their teen night, and the folks who came to Pride, they have financially supported us, as well as those businesses we mentioned. We have many sponsorships this year. And Brandy can tell you about the grants we received this year as well.
How about that?
Sure. So super grateful for the LGBTQ Justice and Opportunity Network of Connecticut that provided us with a $10,000 grant, and then the $500 grant from the Greater New Haven.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Community Foundation of Greater. I always
you.
trip on that
Thank
one.
you.
I always trip on that.
So the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so really building on the momentum we had from year one, and I think putting together a case for, like Lauren mentioned, Pride 365, so ongoing education and engagement and community building.
Great. And anybody can donate. All they have to do is go to the website.
Sure
Yep.
can.
Which, Brandy, what will folks find on your website?
So many fun things.
So tell us about that.
Sure, so you'll find a big fat donate button. Please help
Biggest
yourself.
button on the page.
can't not see it.
Yes.
And then also incredible pictures of all of the events that we've had and the celebrations and the beautiful community here. You'll get to see who our sponsors are. There are a couple blog posts, and then a number of ways to get involved. So both through sponsorship and donations are so appreciated. And this is a vibrant community that's always looking for expertise and volunteers. So other ways to get involved.
Is there any other information on the website about young people that are maybe a little bit confused or want a little bit more information, and they've been reaching out and so far they haven't gotten the answers that they are seeking? Is any of that going on the website, or is it something that you should be contacted and you'll be happy to invite them to an event? Or how would that work if somebody is really seeking information about who they are?
Well, there's a couple different ways. One, we are so careful about making sure that our young people are supported and protected. And so that is part why we partner with Q+, which is a youth development and LGBTQ plus Q+ organization that serves young people. And so we want to make sure that we're connecting folks there. So absolutely, you can reach out on our website. You can check out our Instagram. where we have a resources highlights. And that'll show you other organizations in the area that can provide support. But through North Haven Pride, I would say the best thing to do is reach out through the website or come to one of our drop-in teen nights and connect with someone from Q+.
Excellent, excellent. Very, very, very good. Okay, can we put up the graphic now, Victor? I know sometimes we do it as we're going out, but could we put up that graphic with the North Haven Pride to see the email and things of that nature? There we go. So this is my wonderful director, Victor, put this together for us. I love it so much. It does say North Haven Pride. So please, if you're watching, www.northavenpride.org. The email is there, very simple, same thing again, with a phone number, because I really hope that if people need to reach out, now they know how to reach out, because that's important that they do. Okay, so we have had a wonderful show. We've explored all of the things that North Haven Pride is doing to bring our young people safety, information, allowing them to express themselves and to be the best that they could be, and not to be afraid of naysayers, because the naysayers are people that just don't know. They just don't understand. And so we all need, I mean, do you remember being 13 or 14 years old? Let me tell you, I didn't like it very much. And I don't know anybody that does. So you need support when you're a young person, and North Haven Pride is doing that, and they're spreading the word. So thank you very much for watching. Lauren, Brandy, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. And hope you'll visit us again next time. So I'm Bernadette Welsh for Community Works. Thank you again, because when people help their neighbors, everybody benefits.